Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Witcher for the local Colorado. Sure hope you had a great work week. Hopefully you had a good Friday. Now, as we get into the upcoming weekend, the heat continues for just one more day, but we're also talking about a chance for a few showers, a few thunderstorms, mainly across the mountains, and then, well, maybe some light mountain snow showers. Plus, we're talking about some events coming up in just a little bit. Colorado Springs turned out to be a beautiful Friday with just a few fair weather cumulus clouds. Hopefully you had a chance to get out and enjoy that warm fall feeling. Enjoy it now because you know winter's right around the corner. Speaking of which, we'll take you up towards Granby, Colorado. Had a few more fair weather cumulus clouds, a sign of a changing weather pattern as our next low heads our way. By the way, Granby's over near Winter Park. And we'll take you to Salida, Colorado, also showing us some signs of some upper level moisture and a sign of a changing weather pattern that is heading our way. So your weather headlines, of course, we're talking about that all-important weekend forecast. Again, good weekend to get out in the state of Colorado, albeit colder on Sunday. The heat continues, as I mentioned, for one more day, and then some changes start to settle on in, and that's all associated with this next trough that's going to be swinging its way into the area. So let's show you what that looks like. That trough is hanging out with us. Now, typically, if we want a little bit more moisture across the mountains in the Front Range of Colorado, we need that low to dig a little bit further to the south. It is staying a little bit further to the north, and so therefore, yes, we've got a powerful jet stream that's going to be racing across the state. So that's the other side of the story, is the wind is going to be increasing across the mountains, especially the southwestern sections of the state, and still a little bit breezy across the eastern plains. But morning low temperatures Saturday are going to start off in the 30s and 40s across the mountains, 40s and 50s out west, and mainly 50s with some pockets of 60s down towards La Junta and Lamar. Hey, if you're looking for something to do, by the way, Saturday morning, you're ready to get ready for the ski season. Who's not getting ready for the ski season? I sure am, that's for sure. Well, we've got our snow shape workout going on at Red Rocks Amphitheater. Get those legs ready. They're going to teach you all things of how to get ready for the winter season, right? Get those legs ready. Well, we're going to start off on the comfortable side. Perfect workout weather, by the way. Even through 11 o'clock, we're going to be right around 61. And then as we get into the afternoon, we're going to see those temperatures warm just outside of the Mile High City, right around 80 degrees anyways. Let's start you off Saturday morning. Again, maybe a little bit of light rain north of downtown Denver up towards Fort Collins and Greeley, Steamboat Springs to Glenwood Springs, Gunnison, down towards Telluride and the Sangre de Cristos, I should say. We have some rain showers. Now, there's a little bit of pink showing up, so maybe the highest peaks of the Rockies may get a little bit of snow. But that moisture is going to continue to stream on through. Not a lot of rain expected across the plains, but as we get into our Saturday evening, some of those showers may try to start to come off the mountains and into the plains and produce some showers and thunderstorms. So there is a chance by the end of our Saturday to pick up a little bit of moisture. It's not going to add up to a whole lot east of the Rockies, but along the Continental Divide and further to the west, we're going to get a little bit more rainfall and just a few little peaks of snow, again, across the highest peaks of the Rockies. Forecast highs, it's going to be comfortable. Of course, the higher you go, the colder it is. So if you're heading up to the mountains, make sure you take those jackets. You're going to need those. We do make it to 87 degrees in Grand Junction. Look at these temperatures across the plains because of those downsloping winds off the Rockies. We're going to be pushing the mid-90s from La Junta, Lamar, low 90s, Springfield. Even Denver is going to be pushing close to 90 degrees. So it's going to be a scorcher. That's why you got to get out and work out early in the morning when it's nice and comfortable. You know how it is across the Front Range. Starts off chilly, it warms nicely, and then cools off quickly during the evening hours. All right, here's our upper level low I was showing you. Now let's superimpose the rain and the snowfall forecast. And again, as this moves its way northward, just north of the state, it's still going to bring us that southwesterly flow, and some rain and snow is possible. We're going to take you all the way through the next 7 days. Why? Because I want to make a point that the bulk of the energy and moisture is going to be to our north. We're going to be just on the southern fringe of that. And then another low looks to kick its way in to the Pacific Northwest. And where that goes, still some time to find out. But looks like it may also trend a little bit further to the north of the state, which means not a ton of precipitation, and the heat may start to build its way back in. Either way you look at it, from now through Monday, from the Weather Prediction Center, we're still looking at increasing moisture across the mountains and the western slope. We'll start to see that fill in a little bit across the eastern plains, but really could be some heavier rain showers and maybe some solid snow showers across the Sangre de Cristos from Telluride to Durango, where they could pick up anywhere up to about an inch of rainfall. But let's switch over to our snowfall product. And again, some heavy snow just outside of Telluride, along the foothills and the Front Range, north of Steamboat. We're going to see some pretty good snow showers, I think, over the next, this takes us all the way through October 18th. So we're a couple weeks out, but I just want to paint a picture for you snow lovers. Listen, I know how it is. It's October, and October can be cold. It can be hot. Listen, I grew up in Denver. Do you know how many times during Halloween I had to wear my winter suit, my snow suit over my costume because it's so darn cold and snowy? I'll keep you posted to see how that all plays out. So far, so good. Not a lot of snowfall expected, although I know we want it and we definitely need it. Now, the Climate Prediction Center is pulling in more moisture. The possibility, the probability of elevated moisture content over the next 2 weeks, mainly along the Continental Divide and along the western slope. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. Make sure you check back in each and every day to see how things may change. All right, so another warm day on Saturday in Denver. We're at 82, and then that trough comes through. It drops our temps into the 60s with morning lows in the 40s, and then we'll rebound. Remember, I told you that next trough is going to dig in, and as it digs, it brings us a southwesterly flow, which helps to boost our temperatures back into the 70s and maybe some 80s. How about Colorado Springs? We'll be in the 70 up near 80 degrees on Saturday, and then 60s and 70s across the 7-day stretch with a little bit of rainfall possible Tuesday and Wednesday. And we'll take you to the western slope, Grand Junction, Colorado. 73 on Saturday. Best coverage of rainfall across the state will be along and west of the Continental Divide. Then more sunshine and a nice little warming trend will start to pick its way back up. I've been talking about this for quite some time. What is the Climate Prediction Center saying about the forecast above and beyond the 7-day? This is it. A very hot or above average weather pattern is anticipated across the area. Hey, by the way, listen, we know that we need some rainfall. We know we need moisture in the state of Colorado. That's always a given every single year. But where do we stand on that? I've got more information on all your climate data. That's right here on the Local Colorado. And I'm meteorologist Mike Witcher.